What is up, guys? We have the first place winners here of the 3v3 at Collectibles Exchange, where they were all able to win. What is it? The Ghost Rare Stardust. Oh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these guys are known as the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Here on the left here, we have the Horsemen of Conquest. The Horsemen of War, and the Horsemen of Death.
That's right.
So anyways, so we're going to start off from left to right. We're going to have the Horsemen of Conquest here on the left. Playing, what did you play today, sir?
Okay, so
what's your name?
My name is Joaquin.
Or, AKA?
AKA Pretty Boy.
Pretty Boy.
So I played Machinas.
So this is normally, normally you play Black Wings.
Yes, normally I play Black Wings.
Why did you decide to make the switch to, what is this?
Machinas.
Machinas.
I just kept taking L after L after L. And I was like, we got to change it. We got to go to the light. So
the light? You mean the gears?
The gears.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Light gears.
Light gears. Yeah.
Light gears.
So so Black Wings not doing well in your eyes. Why so?
I just feel like, you know, one, I mean, players are obviously very, very good in this area. The variance is just too big, so I needed something different and crazy to offset that. And I feel like I gave myself a pretty good chance to do well.
Yeah, and so with Machinas, are you splashing anything interesting with here?
Some traps, but honestly, I didn't do any research. I just saw, I just saw my teammate Steven Wynn's list, and he told me, hey, play this, play this, play this, and then it's pretty much most of his list, and then I just added a couple cards to make it mine, and then here we go.
Okay, let's check out the profile and see what you got cooking up.
Awesome. So it's just straight gas.
Straight
right?
gas.
So I played 3 Rykos, just speed, get those monsters in the graveyard.
Yes.
3 hamsters. Again, just gas.
Yeah.
3 Caiuses. Just gas.
In different languages too.
Gasolina. And then the 3 gear frames. What can I say?
What can you say?
3 Stratos. And then my 3 boss monsters. The Fortress. These guys have been MVP. And playing, this is my first time playing Machinas.
Yeah.
Like really ever. In a big tournament, and I had to learn through Swiss, like not misplaying or certain plays that make it a little bit better. If you just be a little bit more be patient instead of like just going balls to the wall.
Paciente.
Yes, just 2 forces. I feel like you only need 2 because of the cards that I play or the spells that I play. My 1-ofs, I play Card Trooper. A Lila for the dump, Plague for the synchro plays, Gores to save my life.
Is that the unlimited version?
No,
almost.
Spanish though, Espanol.
Español.
And this card was MVP. It just stops Rykos, stops hamsters, and it just stops like the synchros, especially for Vayu Turbo. So I thought that was really, really helpful.
Very cool.
For the spells, I have 3.
Okay.
Back row removals. Shout out Joyful Toad, the owner of Joyful Toad, Jaime, signed that for me. It's just to get my Machina plays safely and just for the OTK. Pretty simple. Charge to dump my Machina stuff and to make my spells live. These are really, really good too. Book of Moons.
Super.
I think they're just so good, especially with Bottomless and Deep Prison Rampant. It just saves my fortresses, and especially I hate this card in this format, Brain Control. I do not want to lose to Brain Control. That's why I'm playing 2. That's the main reason I'm playing 2. And then shout out to Steven again. Gotta play the triple Avarice. Again, just straight gas. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. Straight gas.
Straight gas.
Brain Control. I hate this card, but I love this card at the same time.
Don't gotta say anything about it. It's Brain Con.
Use Brain Con. Traps. I'm playing the usual 2 Deep Prisons.
Usual.
Yeah, I think it's usual.
Standard.
2 Bottomlesses.
Francais.
Yes, sir. 2 Compulse. Again, it saves you for those Bottomlesses and Deep Prisons that I just showed. And it just
OTK.
And it just it prepares for the OTK. And also too, I love putting back Machina gear frame back to the hand so I can search again. Just go bananas.
It's like 5th Stratos.
Yes. Of course, Death Shoot.
Trapola Botola.
Trapola Botola. And I really like this card in this deck, Raigeki Break. Because it discards your Machinas,
Right.
your fortresses, and it makes your forces live. So you just search for a force, and then you dump the fortress, and then you just easy.
Hopefully you find
Synergy.
Yeah, of course. 40 cards?
40 cards,
Okay.
yes. 40 cards.
Very cool, very cool.
For my side, I sided 2 Fossil Dinos, 2 Cyber Dragons. I didn't think I was going to play Mirror Match today, but I did in the finals of all places. So Cyber Dragons, really, really good. The 1 Crow, thank you, Steven, again. Steven is the 4th Horseman, by the way. That's okay.
And he's the Horseman of Famine.
Yeah.
That's why he's not here. He wants to eat.
Yeah, he wants to eat.
That sounds good.
The 2 Kaikus. This actually won me the game against Lightsworn. I just removed his names. He couldn't. Necrogarda. And then I just managed his Plague. And he's,
Yeah, it's Tyke.
yeah.
We know what Tyke is.
I just have 2 spells here on the side, the Vortex and Mind Control.
Okay.
Just to steal face down, especially because I know if it's Rykos.
Or hamster.
Or Hamster, yes. And then Vortex saved me so many games. It just, especially because I mean Cheernade, so I just Cheernade Vortex.
Yeah.
And then just go for game.
Work clear and then Blat.
Yeah. Also, the traps, I sided 2 Dust for the Blackwing matchup. I absolutely hate frogs, so I sided 3 Pullings. And then my last card in the side is also for frogs. In any deck that are like just go nuts and bananas, I'll just go torrential.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't main deck it. What was the reason for this decision?
Yeah, so since I play a lot of monsters and I'm monster heavy, so I like to keep board presence for my Caiuses. So I don't want to have a clear board. I can tribute my Caius if I don't have a monster.
So only for frogs, you're signing this in?
Yeah,
I see.
screw them frogs.
Screw them frog. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. All right, let's go into your
All right.
extra.
Extra deck, pretty standard. I'm only playing 1 because I play Avarice, so I'll just recycle them back. I don't need to play the 2 to save space. Army Orm, I love that card.
How do you make it?
Mind Control. Mind Control Ryko. With Plague.
Got.
Yeah. Cataster, I mean, amazing. It's standard. Urukizis for Amaryllis. I didn't play any, but that's what it's there for.
Fire beats fire.
Android, just, good 5. Tempest Magician, I haven't really made it yet. But, Lila and Plague makes it, and I can just burn them for game if need be. Goyo, best 6. Brio, second best 6. I played the Dark End. I don't even know. I haven't made this. I don't think I can make it, but I still play it. Minecon, yeah. Same thing for Thought Ruler. Thoughty. I have a Colossal for the Colossal Arm, and just Colossal is really good. Mistworm, just for board clearing. My babies. Stardust
So you
and
own 2
Electros.
copies of a Ghost Spirit.
Yes, sir.
One's unlimited though.
They're both first.
No,
the one that you
the
want.
one, yeah.
Oh, you have 3. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, dude, black, yeah. And then Gothams, baby. Plague and
Did you
Fortress.
got him? Get it?
I did not. I couldn't. I didn't really need it because it was just overkill. So that's
And you're making this with Fortress and
Plague Spreader.
there you go. Pretty boy, thank you for on the deck profile, and we're gonna move on over to the next Horseman, the Horseman of War. So what did you play today, and what was your record? I forgot to ask. What was your record?
I only lost once to Blackwing.
Okay.
Game 1 he opened up Whirlwind Shura, and then game 2 he opened up double Whirlwind Sirocco.
And your wins.
And then Bora Bora had a space on Ryko.
And your 4 other wins?
My
6 other wins? 7?
I played against Frogs. I played against Lightsworn.
So you beat Frogs, so your side deck came in handy?
Not really. I just kind of like outplayed myself.
Okay.
The mirror match in the end, and then I honestly don't remember the other ones.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So you may not have had to play that.
Yeah, I probably didn't have to finish.
Yeah, that does happen in 3v3s. Okay, let's go over to the Conquest, or the
Yo,
War.
what's up? So I'm Ruben. I've been playing Diva
AKA?
Hero, aka Raw Noodle on DB.
Raw noodles.
I'm playing Diva Hero. It's kind of what I've been playing for a while now.
Do you like eating ramen?
course.
Raw?
Of
That's what
course.
we're getting for dinner.
Yeah.
Okay,
Raw.
that's-
No water.
No water, no boiling. Okay. Yeah. So you played. I'm sorry.
It was Diva Hero
Diva
with
Hero,
like a
okay.
splash of zombies.
Okay, so almost like Zombie Hero, but not really.
Yeah. It's more for like an engine and anything.
Check it
So
out.
let's see.
Oh.
So typical heroes. 2 Mali, 2 Evil Hero, and then Stratos. I used to play Ocean, but I felt like it was too much of a brick. And the reason why it was there in the first place was to do like Future Fusion with Mizuki. But I think in the end, having Evil Hero with like the Kaiases was a better play. And because I went to more Kaiases, I also added the Treeborn. So I have the 3 Diva standard, and then the Gilman standard, and then Treeborn.
Yeah.
Treeborn and Mali combined together with Future Fusion is like the best start you can have. Just sets up your grave, sets up your plays.
Yeah. Future Fusion. Good card.
And then the zombie package, so it's really small. Just the Plague, Mizuki, and 2 Goblin. I'm pretty much just using the Goblins as like an extra Sangan to get like your either another tuner or set up your plays with Brio and kind of clear the board and do Mizuki plays.
Yeah.
So it's more of an extender of anything.
What is advanced format?
Yeah.
These are my extenders.
You stop the play
It's my
and keep
extender.
going. 2 little more engine cards, Sangan, Armageddon.
Okay.
Pretty
Searchable
standard.
by reinforcements of the army.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And Sangan gets like your missing piece. You're missing the water, you're missing the zombie, you're missing something, the hero. You can get it all with Sangan.
Got it. Okay.
And then this is another change I made.
Why do you guys all have multi-Kais? It's
Triple
crazy.
Kaias. I used to play 2, but I think 3, it just comes up so much more. And then it helps you clear like whatever problem you're dealing with in
Yeah,
the board.
yeah.
So it just kind
Oppression.
of oppression. Yeah, oppression's a lot. Like Treeborn oppression
Yeah.
comes up a lot, or just like a set monster. Sometimes you don't want to hit it, so you kind of just want to get rid of it without letting them get effects like Raikos or hamsters.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
And then the 2 other boss monsters that just kind of win games on their own: Dark Arm, Boars. Yeah, not much to say there.
Dad and Doors.
And then kind of more power cards. Future Fusion is probably the best start you can have. Miracles are the best top deck, the best kind of extension, the best. They're kind of like traps on the board too with the F-Zero.
Yeah, to
playing
insulate
monsters.
yourself. Yeah, I saw Ruben insulate himself.
Oh, you tributed the F-Zero for Kais. Is that what you're saying?
No, like end phase or whatever, or like the main phase 2, you can go Miracle and kind of just set up an F-Zero as a
Yeah,
backup
you're not
board
gonna lose.
if you don't want to overcommit.
Yeah, it's like Wabku.
Yeah,
Exactly.
7 blows off the field.
Yeah, and if they have monsters on board, it just kind of clears the monsters too, so it's always a plus. And then other kind of standard cards: Blur, Mind Control, Rhoda, Brain Con, and Heavy. I'm not playing MST in the main, and
Yeah.
the reason for that is like I don't want to be in the point where I have to like blind MST and pick the wrong one.
Yeah, especially since Yada's everywhere.
Yeah, there's Yadas everywhere, and sometimes it kind of just sits in your hand, and you would rather have another combo piece to extend, especially if you're like top decking or
Because
something.
your deck's all gas.
Yeah, my deck's trying to win.
You guys are all about turbo today.
So traps, I have Tsurigeki, 1 Bottomless, 1 Mirror
No
Force.
wind blast, huh? Today.
Yeah, I cut it out. So
Why?
same thing with oppression. You kind of just want to get rid of it
Got it.
rather than like reset it. And the other thing that I kind of realized later on is that when you wing blast, you don't know what you hit, right? Like if it's a face down card.
Yeah. Could
And
be
I
a
think being able to see what you hit matters a lot, because then you know, like if you hit a Mirror Force, now you don't have to play around Mirror Force.
Ah.
If you hit a Torrential, you don't have to play around the Torrential.
That's
no
a
more.
very good logic. I've never actually deduced it that far.
Yeah. So that was like another reasoning why, and especially like if they're like trying to insulate themselves with like a fake set monster,
Yeah.
and you Regeki break like a weird card that shouldn't be set, like a DD Crow or something, then you know you can go push for game because they had nothing.
And why only 1 bottomless?
1 Bottomless, I'm not a big fan of the card, to be honest.
So far? Okay.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's only really good against Blackwing, which is a hard matchup, so I put it in. Normally I wouldn't even play it at all, and also because I guess like Amaryllis and stuff are coming back, so Bottomless is the main. But normally I don't play it.
Okay.
And other traps,
Sure,
Return,
of course, you have to have this. Oh, Trap Stun.
Trap
Looks like
Stun,
you,
yeah. So this is kind of like the replacement for MST. So that way I don't have to blind MST. I can just set it and then
Yeah.
react.
Do you often chain this card, or do you activate it before you do your push play?
Most of the time I'll chain it.
Okay.
If they have a bunch of set cards, then I'll probably activate it before.
Okay.
Because I'm playing around Solemn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the only reason why you would play it first is if you're playing around Solemn.
Yeah.
Every other reason you want to chain it. And then Trap Dust Shoot, Torrential, and then Deck Debbie. This
Main
card,
deck, okay.
yeah, I didn't see it at all. And the one time I did see it, so the way you make it is you usually go Diva, Gilman, Catastor.
Yeah.
And the one time I actually had a chance to use it, I drew like a Gilman, and it was like okay, well,
Yeah, it'd be like
card's
that
useless.
sometimes. Yeah.
so
40 cards? 41? Looks like 41.
40 cards,
Okay.
21 monsters,
Gotta love
9
to see it.
spells, I think, and then 10 traps.
Okay, 10 drops. I like that ratio.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the side deck.
Side deck,
Right? Looks like,
yeah. Side deck, Dinah, 2 Kaiku, DD Crow, Snowman, and then 2 Cyber Dragon. I think the only big change I made was the Cyber Dragons, and that's because you have a tough matchup with Blackwings and GBs, and I feel like this kind of just helps out so much more. Just having a big body, and also like if you're able to do damage early on with Diva Hero, get them down to like 6k, then you can OTK like at any point.
You don't even need the miracle.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need the miracle.
Finale.
You don't need any other extension. You kind of just go like a simple combo and you can win.
Yeah, simple combo.
So he kind of puts damage on the board and also clears any problems without wasting your normal summon.
Name of the game is to get your life points to 0.
Yeah, and everything else kind of standard stuff. Kaiku for Vayu is kind of the worst matchup. And then the spells, Lightning Vortex, Snowman, MST. So MST, you do need it at times, right? Like especially if you're playing. If you're playing a bunch of traps, or like for Whirlwind for Blackwings, you kind of do need it. So it's there, and then for the Raikou, the Hamsters, the Vayus, and then Lightning Vortex to clear the board. Other cards, kind of the MVP for me. Was Decree. Decree came in so clutch. I used to play Dust Tornadoes, and the reasoning behind that was to like get rid of Whirlwind. But I think having Decree and not having to worry about like them chaining their traps comes up so much more. Like if you do this end phase, like it came up where they set 2 traps and one of them was deck Debbie. And if they would have deck Debbie'd me, I probably would have lost.
Yeah.
But end phase, I just stopped everything.
Yeah.
You would have to guess.
Yeah, I have to either guess, and if I guess wrong, they chain it. It's like what the
Don't
heck?
need to guess with the Decree. Yep.
And then pulling the rug.
Frogs.
Frogs, Machina.
It seems like only one spot for this one.
Yeah, and then Lightning Prisoning. So it's kind of just like,
man.
I don't want to lose to like a random Lightsworn deck. It happens so much where they just mill so good and then you kind of just lose. So I want to avoid that.
And then last but not least, our extra deck.
Yeah, extra deck. 1 Chimera for the Cyber Dragons. 3 Ab-Zero, you need them. Armory Arm for the Colossal Armory Arm. Catastor. Android, 2 for the Divas. Slamvale, Brio, Goyo. For the 6s, kind of the best synchro you can make. And then with the extra Goblin stuff, you kind of need another 6. So that's why you play the Flamvale. And then just being able to burn comes up a lot too.
Yeah.
Black Rose,
Pierce.
7. Oh yeah, Pierce, yeah, you're right, Pierce. Stardust, Joaquin, Thought Ruler,
Dottie.
Colossal. So I think it's pretty standard. It's nothing crazy.
Okay. What's that last card behind you?
Oh, this is just the course token.
Oh, yeah, just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, all right, thank you, Mr. Ruben Santana, for your deck profile. And now we're gonna go on to our last one, which is going to be the death.
Izzy.
Izzy Glizzy.
Yes, Izzy B on DB.
All right. So Izzy, you've been doing really well with the Vayu Turbo. I know you're playing Vayu Turbo. We all know that you're on it.
Yep.
You went to the Nationals pod.
Yep.
Won 4 of them.
4 out of 5.
I wanted to get it from you, but you left.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Too risky with all the flight
But we're here.
plays.
We're here now, and now I get to have your deck profile.
Yes.
So why Vayu Turbo? Even with the new shift in the meta where people are playing the draw traps, you know, are you afraid that flipping Raikou on a back row and then bamboozle chain and then draw a card? Haha, lol.
Yes. I'm actually not playing Raikous or Hamster. But at Nats, I was noticing that people had a lot of chainable traps, and at Nats I was playing the Hamster Raikou, and I would just go for the monster more than the back row.
I see.
Yeah.
So just choose a monster every single time.
Yeah. If I saw the draw traps, if I haven't seen any draw traps and it's like turn 1, I would still hit the back row.
Okay.
But if I see that they're on the draw traps,
no Raikou, no Hamster.
yes.
You're not even playing Vayu Turbo. What are you playing?
I mean, I'm playing Vayu Turbo. But let's get to the list.
Let's find out.
All right. So standard, 3 Vayu, 3 Sirocco, of course, and then we are on the 1 Elfin.
Okay. So how did Elfin the Raven do?
So he actually very overperformed. because I was actually able even to use the normal summon effect, which is change of battle position. You can normal summon him if you already control Blackwing, which the way it comes up is you already have an armed wing on the field. Normal summoned him, changed a Treeborn to attack position, and then I swung for 21, and then I swung 23 direct, or 22 with armed wing, and then 22 direct, and that was game.
There you go.
Yeah.
Elf and the Raven tech, got it.
Yes, and the reason I'm playing it, you'll see later in the traps. So we're on 3 Greffer, and we are also on
3 Arma?
3 Arma. Okay, so
drum roll, please.
So the reason why we're on 3 Greffer is because I want to see my Vayu. I want to be able to make Armor Master or Armed Wing ASAP because of the traps that I'm playing, and then I play 3 Armageddon Knight because I'm playing 2 Tomatoes. So I'm playing 2 Tomatoes instead of the Hamster Raiko engine. It was 3. I cut it down to 2, but you could think like, you know, each one of these is like your Hamster Raiko engine, or each one replaces a part of the Hamster Raiko engine, the 3rd Greffer, the 3rd Armageddon. And the concept is, I don't want to move my power cards. The power cards is what makes this deck really good. And whenever, often, like the game is decided when, you know, turn 2, you have already Raiko twice, and then your mills are Burial, Dad, Gores, and then your opponent's like, I don't have to play around anything, and then they just go for game.
Got it.
I actually played against 3 Blackwing, which would be like the worst matchup for Mystic Tomato. But honestly, like you threaten so much with Mystic Tomato that even if they go Shura, this is what I mean, even if they go Shura and they kill it, you know, you send it to the grave, they get another Blackwing, you can do another Tomato, and then eventually what I want to end on is Gale. And the reason for that is, I guess Blackwing specifically, right? The reason is I'm threatening Black Rose. And so twice I was able to make my opponent think like, oh, he has an Armageddon Knight, and I don't have a response. I had already Trap Dust shooted him, so I knew he didn't have a
Starlight Road,
or a Summoning Interruption. So he actually ended up, he drew Brain Con, which I didn't know, and he Brain Conned it to synchro into his own Armor Master. And so then now I didn't have to worry about Brain Con, right? And then I was able to do like other plays to punish it, but okay, so 2 Tomato, Gale, and then for the rest of the 1-ofs, we're on the Necro Gardener. Tomato, get Armageddon Knight, send Necro Gardener to protect it, to then, if they have like a lot of monsters, to then sack for Caius was pretty, like a play that I did quite often. Tomato, get Plague is also something that I did quite often, just to get access to it, especially if I already have another Armageddon Knight. And then the 2 Caius. I played a list very similar to this one at the PS5 tourney that Min won, and he got 8th and I got 9th. Fuck him. And I was playing 3 Kais, 3 Tomato.
With love.
Yeah, with love. 3 Kais, 3 Tomato, 2 Bricky. So now it's like 2 Tomato, 2 Caius. You don't really want to see any more than, you get hands where you're like all unplayable cards. Then you have the Gores and the Dark Card.
I miss Sangan. Did you actually show that card?
So so there's some cards I can cut. Sangan is way too good, right? I mean, and on Sangan, Sack for Caius is like so amazing. But
you don't play it.
I don't play it. I mean, from the main, it's like the only thing I can cut monster-wise is 1 Sirocco, since I'm already playing the Elfin.
Maybe a Tomato.
Or the Tomatoes. But then you'll notice like I'm not playing any Reinforcement of the Army, and that's because my Tomato essentially acts as my recruiter for the Armageddon Knights. But there are some cuttable cards, like this meme card that I played the beginning of the end.
Okay.
I actually used it twice, and both times that I used it, it was like, I just won. I mean,
what are you banishing with this? Are you banishing
2
Tomatoes?
Tomatoes, Armageddon Knights. And the sickest thing I did was, once I banished and I drew 3, and that gave me fodder to pitch for Brionic. Then the second time, I made my dad live. So I had 2 Tomatoes, like 3 Armageddon Knights, 2 Greffers, and like a Vayu. And I banished, I made my dad live. And so then I already had it, it was dead, and I ended up talk decking the beginning of the end, late game, which made it
What next? Dark Creator?
I know it.
Soon.
That's one of the 1-ofs. Then Book of Moon.
Yeah.
Very great card. Cool stuff you can do with Armageddon Knight.
Yes.
Set it, exactly. You can send Tomato, send, draw, book it, flip it, send again.
Sending.
It also helps protect against like boss monsters, I booked them into Consecrated Light, which allowed me to make a big push.
That's right. You're actually more weaker to that card.
So weak. And so last tournament, the PS5, I actually lost to Brett, who's right there. Fuck him. He was on fairies.
Sorry.
He was my only loss going into the last round because he summoned Christia, or he consecrated me, and I was like, oh, my deck's all darks. Yeah, let's just go next. Exactly.
Wait, did you play Card Trooper? I didn't see that.
No Card Trooper.
Wow, no Card Trooper either. Okay.
Yeah, no milling. I don't want to mill.
Yeah, right.
No milling. No milling.
Card Trooper though.
Then we go Alert of Darkness, Space, Brain Con Heavy, Burial.
Got it. Good stuff.
So standard spell.
Where are your traps at? Oh, there it is. I was about to say, this guy don't play no traps.
Then for the traps, this is where the goo is. So we'll go Trap Dust Shoot, obviously must have. Royal Oppression, just one in the main. Call the Haunted, main has my Ultra. Call the Haunted was awesome. Steven I was playing something against Steven, and it was like, hey, Call the Haunted has so much synergy with your deck. It also makes your Mystic Tomato act like a third Mystic Tomato, which is super sticky in the mirror. In the Vayu mirror match, and it's just like they don't want to attack it. When I'm playing Raiko and Vayu, like I never want to attack into a recruiter. So Call Hunter was awesome. They overperformed for sure. Solemn Judgment, Return, Torrential, Mirror Force, 2 bottomless, no Deep Prison. And
You don't need it.
Yeah, don't need it.
Because you want your recruiter to be attacked.
Exactly. Then we're on the 2 Deck Heavy and 1 Eradicator.
Okay, wow.
So I'm playing the Elfin because to make Eradicator super live.
The Horsemen of Death here.
Exactly. And then in the mirror, often I'll just send Vayu, Greffer, send Vayu, send Elfin, because then my Armor Master is just always bigger than their armed wing. And so then like I'm already winning the race of who gets the bigger beater.
You're calling spells.
Depends on the matchup, and I think that's where, you know, if people start playing this, which I'm sure they won't, but if they do, like knowing the matchups and knowing like what the decks have, that's where this plays into effect, right? If you know it's your Street Hero Frog, calling spells is proper.
All right.
So
very cool deck. I like it.
Thank you.
Beginning of the end Vayu.
Exactly. Then for the side, we go 1 Crow for the mirror, Pot of Avarice, etc. Kaiku for the mirror, Light Storm Frogs. Then we have 2 Fusler. And the reason we're playing Fusler is because we're playing Eradicator and Deck Heavy.
Of course.
Yeah,
for some reason we're not playing goats. This is
exactly.
Edison.
Exactly.
Why are we looking at Fusler?
The 1 Mind Control. This Black Wings. I stole the. I don't really have that many cards set against Black Wings, but I've stolen like a Sirocco to then pump with my Sirocco, and then that was a lot of damage. It's also good in the mirror to speak to take. There's Raikos and Raikos.
So you can randomly mill.
So you can randomly mill.
Which you love.
No, I don't love it.
Okay.
Honestly, probably cut it. I think I could cut it for something better. I only cited it once and I didn't even see it. But as we're talking about it, I'm like, yeah, it's probably not that good.
We learn
2
things
pulling
every day.
for frogs, heroes, machinas, etc. And then 2 skill drain because of the Fusler, and because we want to insulate ourselves from.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, it's really good because I have beaters, right? With the I can choose when to activate this, right? I can choose when to activate this. My tomato still gets the effect, so I can get a tuner. The only thing it stops is with Greffer and Armageddon Knight. And so if I'm going first and I'm able to set up that play and then set skill drain, like now I have a beater, I have a Fusler, and I have.
And if you can make a Stardust, even better.
Yeah, I make Stardust exactly.
Arm wing and Plague Spreader will be.
Then we go Mind Crush.
I saw a lot of people playing this.
Yep, and it synergizes with the 2 Deck Heavies in the main and the 1 Eradicator in the main and the 2nd Eradicator in the side.
Right, because you have information.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then we have Road, Black Wings. I also have I side into a lot of back row, so want to protect myself from that. I also don't want to get my tomatoes to get torrential. 2nd Royal Oppression, and then
traps.
2 Icarus.
Okay.
So the Icarus, the concept here is, if I don't want Deck Heavies, Icarus is a solid card to have. And so I'll set up the Deck Heavies, put into Icarus, and it kind of acts as like my, reactionary trap, whether it's a battle trap or on summon trap.
I'm surprised you're not signing cards to beat Consecrated Light. Is that a personal choice?
It's this, and then it's the 2 Deck Heavies in the main, and then the skill drains. And the Book of Moon. Yeah.
So very little quantity, but at least
at least it's something.
There's something.
Whereas 2 weeks
nothing.
ago when Brett beat me, I had nothing.
You got nothing. Well, good thing that Brett beat you because you wouldn't have those in your side deck.
Exactly.
Right.
Then onto the side, or onto the extra deck, we have Armory Arm, Cataster, Irokizes,
We'll
Brionet,
pronounce this card so differently.
Goyo, Black Rose, Stardust, Dark End, which I can make.
Oh, you have 2 Stardust now.
Thought Ruler, Colossal, Silver Wind.
Did you make this with an effect?
I
Just joking.
didn't make it for the effect, but I did make it a lot, and that's because I'm climbing the ladder
Faster.
faster. Yeah.
Elf and the Raven.
2 Armed Wing, and then 2 Armor Master, which is honestly my favorite card
Of all time.
from this weekend. Booking it is so sick. Like they
Yeah.
attack, they try to crash or whatever.
It gains its effect.
Gains his effect, get the wedge counter, my turn, boom. Swing and hit for 25 or whatever. So it actually came up quite a lot. And that's it.
Izzy, pleasure to have you on my channel, and I believe you had some of the craziest tech in your deck, and I appreciate that you were able to share this with
Absolutely.
the Edison universe.
Absolutely. Beginning of the end.
Beginning of the end. It is the beginning of the end, and tuning out right now for the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Was able to win first place,
Thank you.
and yeah, I hope to see you guys more in the future, right?
Yep. Definitely.
Winning more
Exactly.
every single time.
Take care.
So.